Happy Saturday, everybody. Oh, it's gonna be a long weekend. And it's probably gonna be a really boring vlog for at least the next 2 days, possibly the whole weekend, because I have to get this house super clean before me and Austin leave. And we are leaving to, I'm trying to find better light. We're leaving on Monday to head to the hospital for Austin's 5-day hospital stay. So I am trying to get all the laundry done, get everything sanitized. Their kids are fighting. And get everything sanitized and get everything ready so that it's at least clean before I leave, because I doubt it's going to be clean when I come back. Okay, so the house is cleaned and I just went to Whole Foods to grab a few things. I'm now at Target, and then I'm gonna go home and make dinner and pack for the hospital. Guys, I feel like I haven't gotten anything done, but I've been working all day, but I feel like I've gotten nothing accomplished. Do you ever feel that way? I feel that way all the time. What are they doing?
Look, they're sleeping.
They're all asleep?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Look, open it.
I can't open it right now.
You gotta open it.
Why?
Because.
Can you tell me about it? What's going on in there?
Open this so that, see, the toys aren't sleeping there.
No, they're playing. They want to play by themselves for a little while. I came home from Addie's diving to Dusty and the babies both asleep, which I'm not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing, because they're probably not gonna sleep tonight if they're sleeping and napping this late. But it does give me time to fold the massive piles of laundry that I still have left to do before I leave tomorrow morning. I have, let's see, two loads of laundry still left to fold and hang up. And then I am all caught up on laundry. And then I've got to clean the living room because the kids have already destroyed it since I've been gone. Mother's work, it's never ending, guys. Okay, so it is almost 10:30 at night, but I'm finally all the way packed and the house is clean. Don't look at the stuff on the table. That's our outfits for tomorrow and Atlas's bag for school and one of the bags that I packed, but the rest of the house is clean. And I'm about to go to bed because I have to wake up at 5:30 in order to get everything done and us out the door by 7. But we're done. I was able to get everything me and Austin need in one suitcase, one bag, and then we have my laptop case, and I have a bag of groceries. I'm pretty proud because that is 5 days with also 5 days worth of cloth diapers and that little bit of space. So I have to say I'm pretty proud of myself because I'm usually a really heavy packer. Go me. Is it good? A spoon, yeah. So our time at the playroom was cut short because somebody had a poopy diaper. So we're now back in the room. We have been to the playroom. We came back for a diaper change. We went back to the playroom and then we went to the library. Now little miss is watching some iPad and I'm gonna read for a little bit. All in all, although she screamed all morning for several hours, this afternoon has been really great in regards to a hospital stay, and it's a lot better than what I thought it was gonna be. So not quite one day down, but almost one day down, and it's going okay so far. Good morning. Can you say good morning? Okay guys, it is Tuesday, day 2 of our hospital stay, and things got a little crazy last night. Austin, she went to sleep, and then they have to draw labs every day, multiple times a day, to make sure her levels are good because this diet is so intense. And last night, several times her potassium levels came back. A normal potassium level is like 3.5 to 5, and Austin's were around 6.5. So they were really, really worried. And then her glucose was really, really low. So we took her off the diet temporarily for last night. We had to pump her full of some meds to get her potassium levels back. We're still not quite sure what caused the spike in the potassium levels, but it was affecting her heart a little bit. We did an EKG, and the P waves were spiky instead of rounded, which let us know that there was a real spike in potassium in her system. So this morning her labs are normal and her heart rate is normal this morning, so we're waiting for the doctors to decide whether we can restart the diet or not. We don't know exactly what's going to go on today. She's really mad right now because she's hooked up to an IV, keeping fluids in her because she has not been wanting to drink a lot. So it's going to be a fun day. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay guys. This is an update I never wanted to give, but I have to. We have to stop the diet. At least we can say we tried, but the epileptologist just came in who read her EKG last night. Yeah, it was an epileptologist, not a cardiologist like I originally thought. But he's the one who read her EKG last night, and he came in and explained everything to me. And it is really imperative that we stop the diet right now. Basically, the diet caused Austin to go into what's called hyperkalemia, which basically means, like I said before, her potassium levels were super high. The problem is the potassium levels, because they were super high, were messing with her heart, and her EKG ended up being really abnormal. Basically, the second phase of the cycle when it comes to your heart pumping, the QT phase, which is the phase that tells your heart to start the process over and pump again. That phase was super, super long. And then her P levels were, instead of being rounded, they were peaked, which just showed them that it was the potassium that was causing the QT levels to rise, or the QT levels to elongate, I should say. So, unfortunately, that means that she was basically going into a cardiac arrhythmia, and that's not good at all. A few years ago, they told me they had a kid with an EKG that was very similar to hers, and he ended up going into cardiac arrest and passing away. Or I don't know if it was a boy or a girl, but the kid ended up going into cardiac arrest and passing away. And so when they saw Austin's EKG, they knew right away, like, the diet was done and we're going home. So she's had carbs this morning. She's a lot happier because she's had carbs. And we have been instructed to basically put her on a really no processed foods diet. So she can have as many carbs as she wants. Nothing is restricted, except for they don't want her to have any preservatives or anything like that. So still everything that she eats, I need to cook myself, or I need to know exactly what is in it. They said either one ingredient foods or foods that I have made myself that I know the one ingredients that are going in it. I don't know if that makes sense a lot, but basically, like, instead of buying bread at the store, I need to make the bread at home so I know exactly what is going in the bread, and that there's not any preservatives or extra chemicals or anything like that. She's going to be referred to a cardiologist who will probably run some more tests, and then maybe in a year or two we can try the diet again. They said some kids outgrow it. This is basically just a really, really super rare side effect of this diet, and of course it had to be my kid that ended up with a rare side effect. It's just pretty much the story of her life, but we are about to go home. Wednesday, and we started out having a great day, and then Addie is now homesick from school, so that kind of went to hell. But it's okay, because it's just okay. We are hanging out at the house. I went ahead and picked up Atlas when I got Addie. That way I don't have to run to the school twice. And I better go now because Austin's about to break her dad's laptop. So I've been wanting to do weekly vlogs for a while now, and I would film and then not post, or I'd film and then not edit, or I'd film and then not feel like I was getting enough footage to make it worthwhile, and basically just something kept always coming up. I was always able to talk myself out of it. And this has gone on for several months, and finally this week I sat down and I was like, nope, even though I don't feel like I have enough footage, even though I feel like it was not the best week, I'm gonna do it, and I'm going to get a vlog up on Friday. And so here it is. I've always been very intrigued with vlogs. I've always really liked them. I like the idea of looking into people's daily, mundane lives. I'm not sure why. But I always also knew that I was not somebody that could do daily vlogs. I don't have the time. I don't have the commitment level, if I'm being 1000% honest. I just don't think I would be capable of putting a vlog up every single day. And so, although I tried several times, and you can see that in the past videos on this channel, I never felt like it was something that I could do and keep up with and be successful at. And so I gave up for a long time. But then I have recently discovered several channels that do weekly vlogging, and they honestly, like, 1000% fascinate me. I love the idea of vlogging because I can capture these moments in my kids' lives that I'll never get back. And there's something really special, it seems, about having these memories to look back on in a tangible sense, especially knowing that at least one of my children I probably will not have for a super duper long time. One of the first things we read about when we found out that Austin had Dravet syndrome was the statistics that said our child had a 20% chance of not living until she turned 20. And as a parent, no matter how old or how young your child is, that news is absolutely devastating. Here we have this 1-year-old, this amazingly beautiful, bright, brilliant little girl, and we have doctors telling us that the future with her isn't what we had dreamed of. The feelings and the emotions that I've gone through in the past year, knowing that, we have come to the conclusion that we want Austin to be able to live the best, most exciting life full of experiences that we can give her. And we will do whatever we can to make those experiences happen. We don't know how much time we have with her. She doesn't look sick on the outside at all, but we know inside things can change in a moment. And so we want to spend the time that we do have, whether it is 5 years or 20 years or 30 years, just filling it up as much as possible so that we have these memories, so that her siblings have these memories, so that her cousins and aunts and uncles and grandparents have these memories with her. And I want to film it so that these memories aren't just living in our brains, but that I have something tangible to hold on to go back and look at when she's not here, or when she is here and she can't do the things that she can do now. Either. And it was on my birthday this year that we got the news that Austin was not going to be able to do the ketogenic diet. Oh, it sucked. It put me in a funk for the rest of the week, if I'm going to be 1000% honest, because you spend so much time making these plans, planning your life around things that you want to happen, coming up with plans to help your children, to help your finances, to help your marriage. And when things that you can't control come in and totally just annihilate your plans, it makes it really, really difficult to trust in the bigger picture. I know there's a bigger picture. I know that God or the universe or whatever you believe in, I know that there's a bigger plan out there, bigger than I could ever even imagine. But sometimes it's really, really hard to focus on the good that that bigger plan holds when you're trying to grasp that the plan you had made is not going to be a part of it. And I've spent all week really trying to do that. And I feel like I'm in a good place today. It's been a few days and I'm able to sit back and reflect and think. And I'm in a good place. I'm happy with where we're at and the changes that we are going to be making towards her diet. It was just hard knowing that what we thought was going to help her wasn't helping her and was in fact harming her, because you never want to do anything that's going to harm your baby. Oh. So guys, I apologize that there is not a whole lot of footage this week. My hope is that there will be more next week, and that next week will be a better week than this week was. I thought this week was going to be full of hospital stays, and it's not, which is somewhat good and somewhat disappointing, like I said before, but I'm learning to roll with it, because when you have a special needs kid, I am learning that nothing will ever go as planned, and maybe there's no point in even having a plan, which is something really, really hard for me to grasp, because I always have a plan. But anyway, that is this week's vlog, our first weekly vlog, and I hope you will join us next week.